Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to more Herman Electro. I'm going to be playing as Natasha today. My goals for today are A, to get another win, getting through all 6 floors, and B, try to pick up more scrap metal so that we can purchase some more, or unlock some more purchasable crazy super tool thingies. This is a room we've never seen before. So far as I know, this power source doesn't seem to help me. This one is just blocking off this. So a wire cutter and a plank, for example, would be able to solve this. And I wonder what's inside here. I don't even have a saw. It'd be cool to get those X-ray goggles that I happened to notice existed at the end of the previous episode, but I wonder how long it'll be before we get there. If I had a saw to go with my gun, I could just go through that. So let's hope we unlock some saws. And here there's a stay button. What? Oh, I have burned down a group of adjacent wooden walls. Right. I can burn this down, which seems to be my only way to go somewhere right now. Okay. I guess I'm going to do that. I forgot about this. I presume I can't, like, shoot a concrete wall and then hit it with flame, like I could hit it with a saw. So let's burn this down. And it gave me a brick and the ability to go over here. I still don't have any wire cutters. I could walk in here and be fine to pick that up, but then walking back out would be problematic. This will be stuck down. That'll be on. And I could try to walk elsewhere, but that would power wires on the outside no matter where I go. Also, they're sticky buttons, so they're just going to stay on. Can I, is there a way to do something tricky? Kind of like walk from here to here to here, like if I turn parts of things on? Any one of these that I had on that's going to be adjacent to a trapdoor is going to be implying that it's going to be the electricity on over there. So I don't think I can do anything super great there. Could use a water bucket to get to turn the power back off, though. Except there's 2 power sources next to each thingy. So turning off one of them, it'd still be receiving power from the other. Alright, I've already gotten myself into some tricky business here, it seems. If I step on here and water bucket the power source, I'd be able to get in here, but then I probably can't get back out. This is not a great start. Don't know how else to say it. I can't, like, throw the brick to press the button from way over here, right? Oh, I can. You can throw a brick up to 3 squares. I learned a thing. Okay. Bricks can be thrown a distance. That's very important information. I unlocked mud. I don't have expectations about what mud will be or how it will work. Also, it seems like I need either a plank or a sponge to solve this one. But now that I have wire cutters, I could solve that other puzzle that we saw up here. So let's go solve this one with wire cutters. Bloop. Alright, and now I got a plank, which means I could solve this puzzle we just saw. So I will get my feet wet and walk through a puddle. And now I have access to the exit, and there was that other crazy puzzle that I think I'm willing to forego. Yeah, let's just head downstairs. and see what's next. Perhaps we'll get a mud introductory puzzle. If I turn any of these on, can I infer somehow which one? Okay, this one I think can't have the toolbox because I don't think the toolbox could ever conduct electricity. Neither can that. So I think the implication is the toolbox is inside of this one. That's what I'm getting out of this. Well, hold on. Something could be inside this one. In any case, I think you're supposed to reason out where the toolbox is so you don't spend a whole bunch of extra saws. What do we have here? This could be electrified through here. There's an AND gate here. So I'd want this electrified, so I'd want to step here. And then all of this part would be solvable. That part's going to close behind me in an unfortunate way. Unless I can sponge it off. And this part, you have an AND gate over here. That once I step on this, I have to toggle it back to be able to get back out. Alright, that one might be solvable. I looked at this one already and I still didn't have the whatever. What was this? I didn't look at this, apparently. What are we looking at here? I have wire cutters. I could step on the thingy-ma-doo. However, if I cut the wire in a bad spot, I need to throw the brick. I need to throw the brick. So if I stand here, I can throw the brick here and then wire cut somewhere else. Because if I cut the wires here, it's going to cut the power to all of these things. So I need to cut the wires over here. Okay, neat. I like that one. Now that I have a saw, remind me what was up here? If I can be assured that I'm doing my reasoning right. So let's turn everything back off again for a second. Okay. Power did flow through here, which means this has something conductive, so upper right is not it. Power's also flowing through here, which means this one's not it. Power is flowing through here, so this one's not it. Power did not flow this way. It's not flowed this way. And it did not flow this way. So I think this one's got to be it. So I'm going to hope that I've reasoned that out correctly, and it is. Great. Found toolbox. Got some more wire cutters. And, haha, it's a pun, because there's an AND gate right here. If this is going to be stuck, can I toggle this safely on the way back out? It's currently just powering this. So yes. So I don't think that the fact that this one's sticky is a problem. I can cut a wire here. Yeah, so I think I'm just safe to walk in here and not think too hard about it. Let's hope that's the case. And let's make sure that we remember to toggle this off on the way out. That's going to be the key. Oh, and I think I did want that on. Yeah, this part looks good, and there was an AND gate that's toggled by that. Got it. So that's what I didn't anticipate in this puzzle, being a memory game of remembering what needed to be on and off, although it's pretty free to kind of go and retest various things you're doing. So I'm going to need to retoggle this. Oh, and we actually get a look again right now. But yeah, if I step on this again, then this door is going to shut behind me. And yeah, you can see the door shutting there, so I need to reopen it like that. Okay. And then I just need to spend one wire cutter here, I believe. That is a perfectly fine amount of resources for me to spend. And I unlocked a puzzle to the south, so let's check it out. Mud! We're about to learn about mud. I have a bucket of water. And some sponges. What happens with mud? I go sliding across it. I'm just making one input, and I go all the way there. And I'm holding up, and I can't change directions in the middle. Okay. So I could probably spend 2 sponges. So let's see if that works. I can indeed sponge up mud. So we'll do that. And I also wonder how water buckets would interact with mud, but presumably there'll be an opportunity to see that at some point in the future. You've unlocked covered pits. And I got a pickaxe. We haven't had a pickaxe in a while. Covered pits. I'm guessing that covered pits would be a block that you walk over because it's covered the first time, but then the act of stepping on it and stepping off of it causes the pit to become uncovered, so it'll work kind of like floor 6. That's my guess. All right, I have a gun, a pickaxe. Remind me what a pickaxe does. Weakens a concrete wall, so it can be broken with a saw. I see. So the same thing that a gun could do, or Natasha's gun could do. Okay, what are we looking at here? A scary room. There's a power source up top and one in the bottom right. I have 1 bullet, but there are 2 guards out to kill me. If I can activate some electrical fields, I could kill them, or I could convince them to walk into a pit, possibly, maybe. This looks complicated, though. How would I get anyone to step here? I don't have a saw. And I don't have a plank. However, if you step up here, you'll electrify this. Huh. And if you ever step here, which I don't think you're going to do right now, it would electrify this and this, which would open that. And still nobody can get here. All right, so I'm probably going to need to use one of my bullets to kill one of these guys. But as for the other... If I take 1 step in, are you coming towards me yet? No. What if I go up here? This happens. And the problem is you're going to step off of this plate. Let's just witness it. Oh, it's a sticky pressure plate? No, it's a toggleable pressure plate. Right, so if I leave you toggled... Got it, okay. So I can get you to walk onto this and leave this up for me. Great, so let's do that. Okay, he dies on the electric fence over here. Then can always cut the wires on it. Run in here and shoot this guy, probably. But he's going to toggle this, so I need to make sure I, like, re-toggle this before shooting him. Is there any other solution? I could walk you out onto here as well and preserve my bullets, and I think I can do that while also, yeah, double toggling this. Okay, so I think you can also come die here, and then the only thing I have to spend is one wire cutter. That seems like a pretty good deal to me. Step over some corpses, get my toolbox, and retoggle that on the way back out. Okay, that's actually super great. I'm happy about reasoning through that. I could use a pickaxe and a saw. This is a room type we have seen before. I could also step on this, would do this, but it would also undo this. So I could also step on this and then saw and plank. So I could pickaxe saw or saw and plank. Given that I'm playing as Natasha and have available to these guns, the pickaxe is not that valuable to me, so I'm going to choose to pickaxe and saw. That's a good sound. Alright, and I got a water bucket. I wonder if we'll see any more mud. Lots of guns available. I've already got one. I'm happy enough just to move. Oh, I should have taken a look at the shop at least. I forgot to glance at the shop. Oh well. It's fine. Let's see. I currently have a sponge. And clearly somewhere in here is the toolbox. Let's peek into the next room. We've seen this room before a number of times. All right, and then over here. This is a room we haven't seen before. And I think these are covered pits. And this guy is meant to demonstrate for me what happens with covered pits. And yes, it's as expected. Okay, so you can walk across them once, but then they become uncovered. So let's spend a plank to solve this puzzle. And we got some new directions to go. And so let's check out some of these other rooms. You unlocked cross wires. All right, so they are going to be wires where one goes left, right, one goes up, down, but they're not connected to one another. I saw on my Steam achievement a picture of the cross wires as how I was able to infer that all of a sudden. So eventually we will see those. If I had a plank, I could get over here, or if I had a brick, I could get over here and then power all of this stuff. However, it seems like this is the one that I'd really need to do, which would power all of this stuff, but then I need bricks. It looks like I need to power both. So possibly 3 bricks could solve that room, or 2 planks and a brick, or possibly something else. All right. Looks like more or different resources than I have currently. And this room, I currently have 1 saw. So if I want to power this, nothing's ever going to power this bit. So if I want to power this, I need power traveling through here, which means I need to step on this button. which means I need a way in here. So I could walk through here, cut this, step on this button. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good, right? Just cutting this one thing. Unless I'm misreading the situation, which is possible. I think a saw here and stepping here, yeah, basically solves the puzzle for me. All right, happy with that. And yeah, turned a huge profit there. Fantastic. 2 saws and a plank. The plank helps a little bit, but still not enough to solve that room, I don't think. And I've already completely forgotten what's in the room to the south and to the west, so let's take a look again. Okay, with saws and planks are good for this room. Here is an obvious just kind of benefit, and that also seems likely to be a future benefit. If I turn this off, it doesn't do anything for this, so I could saw this to get here. Let's just do some other obvious progress bits. I guess there aren't any other obvious progress bits. Okay, so there's power supply here, which could turn this on and eventually cascade through to this and this, which is what I want. This power supply does not seem particularly useful because it seems like it's just going to get me that. So how do I get this pressed? Oh, well, the reason it would be useful is because if I use the saw to get in here and step there, then I could use the saw to get in here and step here, then step here. Then this would be on. Still struggling to get in here, though. I could spend a plank. And then that would be on. And I could have toggled this on when I was here, and then I'd be done. That's a whole lot of work. I feel like there might be an easier way. There is an easier way. I could simply plank, saw, and get there. And right now I don't see anything that's going to consume fewer resources than that. Because I don't think there's a hidden power supply I could take advantage of anywhere. Yeah, so I think this is as simple as plank, saw. So I'm going to plank, saw, and get a gun. It's not particularly good resources, doesn't feel like. I've already forgotten what was to the right. And in here, without any saws, yeah, I don't think I'm getting through that. So I feel like maybe I should have skipped that previous room. Oh boy. I think we might be stuck. I think I may have done a dumb. Like there's nothing I failed to see here, right? I don't see anything I can do. Let's go recheck the room on the far left one more time. But I think I ruined myself on this one. Because if I walk in here... Oh! I have guns! And... Alright, that was unexpected. I've not ruined myself. Everything is fine. Do I need to shoot both of these guys? I don't think I have another way to kill them, so yes. Kablam. Kablam. And I got 2 planks and a brick, which is exactly what I need to solve the other room. So, everything is fine. I think I've seen that room before as well, so my memory is poor. I'll try to remember that there's going to be a garden there. Okay. Plank. Brick. Plank. 2 wire cutters and a brick. only one room to go. It's the exit, but let's make sure if there's a shop that we check the shop first. And it is going to unlock some cool looking thing, but I only have 1 scrap metal, so we're still looking for more scrap metal. All right. I feel like I'm moving very slowly in this one. And yeah, it seems like, in a sense, puzzles get more complex. Interesting. Boxes. I want these guys to push the boxes into the holes. The problem is if I use the water bucket, they'll all come down, and this guy... I need them all to die in this one hole. And so if I water bucket from here, I could just water bucket from here and go around the north. No, I need this guy to come down here. So here's the idea. I want these 4 boxes to be pressed down. Then I want to convince all the guys to walk this way into this hole. Can I do that by water bucketing from here? So if I do that, the gates are going to come down. And then the question is, can I beat this guy? No, he'll already be running out here, I think. Is there a way to water bucket this from a distance? Is there another solution to the problem? Suppose I water bucketed, went around the top, and came this way. Yes, because then both of these guys would box down here. These guys would all fall in this pit, and then I could drag these guys into this pit. Okay, I believe that's the solution. Okay, interesting puzzle. So I'm going to water bucket to destroy the power source. Then I'm going to get these guys coming down here. They're all going to push boxes. I'll wait for these 3 to fall in that pit. And then I'll come back here and those guys will fall in that pit as well. And it didn't occur to me that I still don't have a way to get to the toolbox. All right. So I kind of solved it, except for I also kind of didn't. Okay, well, I did not consume very many resources, and so I can come back to that room with a plank or something, and I'm sure everything will be fine. I don't know that I've seen this room before. I could walk this guy over here. He'll lock himself out of this. Forever. So he'll lock himself in. He could stand here. It'll toggle this, which will put these things down. Could use a wire cutter there. However, as I'm walking through here, this guy is going to re-toggle this or whatever. So I need to be prepared for that. So let me just do this. Right, I can't see him. But as, suppose I'd gone down and walked back to the left, this would happen. So what I need to do is start in this position, except for I can't start in this position, because then I can't get across here. Huh. So... I think I might need more resources to solve that room too, so let's hope I can do something in this room on the left. Alright. There is an AND gate. I need to power both the left and right side. There's an AND gate here, so I need to step on this to activate that one. And nothing's gonna like close behind me anywhere or something. Okay. There's an AND gate here, but there's a NOT gate here. Got it. So I just need to pour water. That seems straightforward enough. Hold on, before I do this. What's powering this? You're powering this, which I need for this portion of the AND gate. So if I water bucket this, I'm out of luck. I need to cut this wire. Or I wonder if you can water bucket a NOT gate? Probably not. If I cut this wire... No, I need this on. Wait a minute. Nothing makes any sense. In order to power this block, the only thing that can power it adjacently is this block. In order to power this block, the only thing that can power it adjacently is this wire. In order to power this wire, the only thing is the NOT gate. In order to power the NOT gate, I need to water bucket this. But if I water bucket this, this goes off, this goes off, this goes off, and we lose this half of the AND gate. So this feels mutually exclusive. What am I missing? Is there another way to power this? Not that I can see. Is there any other way to solve this? I can't cut through walls of concrete. And there's no, like, stuck power something something. I don't see a way to solve this puzzle. Like, even if I had, like, an infinite amount of resources, well, something that cuts through concrete or, like, 11 planks or something would do it, but I don't see another way to solve this puzzle. Which I find very curious. I presume wires update simultaneously. Like, if I water bucketed this, I mean, this might come on briefly, but then would, as the power flows through, immediately go back off. So that wouldn't give me time to walk over there. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about my situation again right now. So let's see if there's some kind of inference I failed to draw in one of these rooms. So this one, it sure feels like I need a plank. Oh, I have a brick. I can push the box down. Oh. Insight. I don't even need to push the box down. Just walk over here, and now I have 2 saws. So with more saws... I've already forgotten what was here. I could use 2 saws to solve this room now. That's perfectly acceptable. This guy's going to step here again, so I want him to do that. Saw, saw. Get my stuff. And now I have a wire cutter and a saw. I still don't see a way to solve this. Maybe water bucketing a NOT gate turns it into a conductor? It's possible, because water bucket might just make a puddle and it might just conduct straight through here. That's a possibility. Let's try that. I'm not allowed to water bucket a NOT gate. But I could just place a conductor somewhere else that I had not considered. Right, water buckets are... I wondered way back at the beginning if we were ever going to get a wire placing tool. It doesn't seem like there's a wire placing tool, but water buckets are a way. Yeah, so I could cut the thing to the south of me and then place 2 water buckets and power would go through there, I think, for example. Or I could just cut this one and place a water bucket here. Yeah, I think 1 water bucket could do it, assuming that I can place water on a spot that I just cut. So let's find out. Yes. There we go. Solved it. Okay, interesting combination of thingies. I have not used that type of strategy before to solve a puzzle. So yeah, interactions among various items. Okay. Sponge, water, wire. And wow, yeah, I could possibly place a wire, quote unquote, a wire, a puddle, and then sponge it up later. Okay, so what do we have here? I do have a plank, so I may or may not want to press this button. Actually, there's no harm in pressing this button. Here's an example of a crosswire. So if I step on this, it only goes this way and not this way. Neat. And if I step on this, it only goes this way and not the other way. Also neat. I would still need a plank here, but nothing would ever solve that problem of needing the plank here. So I'm willing to spend the plank to get this solution. And you unlocked reinforced wires. And it's not clear to me from the Steam achievement diagram what reinforced wires are going to be about. I guess just based on the name, they will be unclippable with wire cutters. And so they'll basically be invincible to me. Bombs could probably blow them up. In any case, I have a puzzle. I have a saw. I can stand over here, which will start conducting some power. If I can get to here to step here, I could power this. And if I placed a water bucket here, it would conduct power to this. And if I placed a water bucket here, it would conduct power to this. And if I placed a water bucket here, yeah. And I could saw my way in there by cutting this wire, which I don't think I need. Alternatively, I could place 2 water buckets here, which would turn on this and this. However, it would be charged, and I would be shocked if I walked through the charged water, so I couldn't do that to walk over it. And a similar thing is going to happen here, isn't it? I only have 1 saw. Suppose I were standing right here and placed the water here. Then I could walk around this way, though. Or this way, yeah. So, if I saw here, go in here, press this button, put a puddle here, I can walk through here. Put a puddle here, I can't get around there then. Is there somewhere else that I can puddle to connect this? Yes, here. Actually, can't I just saw, puddle, solve the puzzle? No, because then I can't walk across this, because it will be electrified, and it would kill me. So, how do I video game? Can I place water buckets farther away? No, it seems I can only place them adjacent to me, so it's not like I could throw a brick. I could throw, hold on, I could throw a brick across here. I could throw a brick here. Okay, let's not do it just yet. Suppose I threw a brick here. It would power this and this. Powering this would let me walk here. Actually, powering this would power all of this, and then I could just saw my way through. So I throw a brick and use a saw. I think that's everything I need to do. Throw a brick. This one's still not down. Crap. It's not everything I need to do. I was too hasty. I need to step on this somehow. Crap, and I only have one saw. Houston, I think we have a problem. Can I pick up my brick? I doubt it. But let's quickly see. Nope. Can't pick the brick back up. I could stick a water bucket here now, and then walk all the way back around and out. Yeah, that would work, right? I think that would work. So that powers that. Then I can walk back out. Walk over here. Gosh, these are getting complicated. Do that. And then use my saw. That feels right. Save me, saw. Da 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 da. I got the stuff. All right, we reached the exit. Let's take a peek at the shop. None of that is worth it to me. Okay. And nothing in here is a water bucket for a gun. Guns are pretty good. I choose to grab a gun. Okay. Yeah, really struggling through this one. A lot of complicated puzzles. Will this have turned into a 2-part episode? I'll find out in editing. Okay. Yeah, bricks really change the calculus now, since we can toss them across gaps where previously we would have needed planks. I have 2 saws. In order to get through here, I eventually need to have this pressed. Which I could do with a brick by standing over here. Which I could get to if I had this pressed. Which I can do simply by walking in here. But it closes this behind me and would either cost me 2 wire cuts or a saw. Also, I'm going to need a saw here. So I would prefer to spend the 2 wire cuts. So I'd be spending 2 wire cuts, a brick, and a saw. Ugh. That's a lot of resources. I might choose to skip that room if possible, so let's check out this room instead. Where I need to activate power on all these. Yuck. Seems like I need a lot of bricks to do this. Or I could gun and saw. That's just 2 resources and it completely gets me to the solution. So let's try gun and saw here. Good job, Natasha, with your super gun. 2 saws and a wire cutter. That makes me feel at least better about solving this because I have more things to work with. Yeah, and is there any better solution that I could see? Powering this. I'd still need to escape. That's not open yet. So yeah, I like the solution that I already had going here, which is I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut 2 wires so that I can get back out. Then I'm going to throw a brick. And then finally, I'm going to saw through this wall. And then we get here. All right, and I got 4 resources back. Okay, great. I spent 4, but I got 4. That's super cool. Okay, here are some cross wires. And I can't tell if there's reinforced wires here. I don't think I see reinforced wires. They looked thicker in the thing that I saw. Okay, what is the puzzle here? I don't have any way to get through concrete, so the puzzle is to electrify both of these. To electrify this, I need to electrify both of these. What? So to electrify the other side of this and, I need I don't see any inputs here. Can I replace a wire with a puddle? And possibly have that electrify in all 4 directions? This might be my opportunity to experiment and see if that's a mechanic, because right now I don't see any other way to electrify some of these bits. So I'm curious if I place a water bucket here. First of all, am I allowed to place a water bucket here? No. Cannot put water on top of wires. All right, so that is not the solution. However, maybe if I cut the wire, then I could place a water bucket there. And I do have a lot of wire cutters and water buckets. Is that where I want to do it? Like, there's a lot of possible places to do it. Is there somewhere that would be more profitable to do so? Not that I immediately see, so let's just go for it. If this turns out to be a failed experiment, then we will still have learned something. Okay, that does work. So, you can chop a wire and then place a water bucket. Fantastic. All right, so that lit up this whole section. I still need to light up this. And is there any way to do it other than doing that same type of thing again? I don't think so. I could simply place a water bucket here and it would work. So I don't have to use another wire cutter, I don't think. And so maybe it was possible that there was another spot like that that I missed earlier. But in any case, I managed to get this. We learned more about how water buckets and wire cutters can be used together in crazy wired rooms. And I could choose to use a wire cutter or a water bucket here. I'll use the wire cutter. Why can I not cut this wire? Is it reinforced? It's not showing as cuttable. So maybe that's a reinforced wire. It does have kind of a gray outline or something and look a little bit thicker. It doesn't look exactly like I thought it was going to look. But it seems like that's my only solution here. More water buckets and wire cutters for me. We are becoming super electrical. I saw this previously on floor 6. Now that we're not on floor 6, how does this change the calculus? I'll be able to walk back and forth over the same tiles, so I could simply snip, 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 snip with 4 wire cutters as one possible solution. Is there anywhere where a water bucket would be valuable? No, I don't think so. because I could, well, suppose I snipped in here and then put a water bucket here. That would electrify all of this, but it would turn this off. Which would turn this on, which would turn this off, which would turn this on, which would turn this off, which would turn this on. It seems like it's a net negative for me. So I think snip, 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 snip is the right thing to do here. Yeah, I think it's the right thing to do here. Snip. 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 I didn't think it through. So I just wasted one of my wire cutters. Yes, that was foolish. Alright, well, what is done is done. I got some guns and planks. And let's see if I can do that. Okay, I need to remember that for the future. Don't just snip indiscriminately because you might accidentally turn on another thing that had previously been off. Okay, we made it to the exit. There is not a shop. And I don't think I need more guns because I had plenty. So let's continue downward to the next floor, which is, I think, only floor 5. Yeah, I've gotten slower. Oh, no, it is 4-6. Okay. Scrap metal. I got some more scrap metal. It brings me back up to 2. Maybe I'll be able to unlock something new eventually. And it seems like this is always here for 5. I could also try to just, like, save up for 5 if I don't like the looks of the thing that's coming up. But for now, we're going to ignore that. Go up here and think carefully. So, I do have the ability to bust through concrete. And so I either bust through concrete or spend at least 1 plank here. And probably some wire cutters. I have lots of concrete busting ability right now. So I'm going to just bust through the concrete. Kapow. Kablamo. Alright. Then over here we have... I will never be able to turn on these mechanisms because stepping on the power, the tile will just disappear. I could use 2 bricks, obviously. I could use 3 planks and a brick, obviously. If I turn off the power on the right-hand side, it seems like that's still gonna... I'll have already walked through the tile that I'd be unlocking the door to. This tile right here. I'll have already walked there to cut the power, so that's not useful to me. So 2 bricks looks pretty good here. So let's just 2 brick it. Alright, we got 2 planks. In here... So I think once again the correct thing to do is just to spend a gun and a saw. So I'm going to spend a gun and a saw. Ka-blam. Alright, what do we have down here? This is a puzzle that I have seen before. One of the ways that I tried to solve it was to step over here, cut this wire, and then step over here and cut this box, and then walk through. And that still all seems doable. The issue is I might cut off access to one of the 3 doorways. So I need to make sure I don't do that. And so I think I can walk down through here, step up here, cut this wire to open that door, step back down here, step up here, cut this, go through here, and then still be able to access everything. Yes, okay. I feel good about my plan. And I mean, I could walk either of these spots, and I'll do this just in case I haven't thought something through. Okay, so going here to cut this wire, then going here to saw through this box, and then picking up my tools and exiting to the right. Fantastic. Did we solve it? Yes, I have solved it. And I have unlocked battering rams. Neat. All right, so back at the hub, I unlocked battering rams. We'll find out exactly what they're all about. And then I glimpsed one of these things that looked like two circles. This one, fleeting memory, I think is what I glimpsed as being on sale at some point. And is like the architect table in here? It might be this one, dolly. Maybe it's a dolly that I thought was the architect table. And so maybe you can like push around different items. I don't know. In any case, there's much more to look forward to, it seems. This game is much more depth than I was anticipating. And so I feel fortunate in that, because I just kind of went after this on a lark when I saw it like the day after it came out, and I've really been enjoying it. So I hope you guys have been enjoying watching. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you again soon for more Herman Electro. For now, bye-bye.